Alright, so, I don't know how many of you guys know this. I'm taking summer school this year. Not because I failed a course, I would never do that, except for last year when I did. Because I would never fail a course, this is a bad kit. It's because I like it. and also because I needed the math credit. But math is fun, you know? We love math. Math is so great. I actually do like math. And I know that's a very, like, nerd, weird person thing to say. That didn't work at all. But, like, I enjoy math. Overall, fun we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. I enjoy math. I think it's a fun subject. And this is a big if, I enjoy it when it's taught properly. And this teacher in summer school, it's great. That's why I love summer school. And it's gonna sound so stupid saying that, but I really enjoy summer school. And that's because summer school just has all of the best teachers. Because you're never gonna get a bad teacher in summer school, because the only teachers who willingly teach summer school are the ones who just love teaching so much. Because why else would you willingly teach kids in the summer? That's like the main reason people become teachers. At least, I don't know, probably. Not that I would know, I'm not a teacher. But yeah, like, why else would you become a teacher other than you get, like, a full season off? You get the whole summer off. Why would you become a teacher if you didn't want the summer off, other than you love teaching? I'm gonna die here. Yeah. But yeah, this course so far, it is absolutely perfect for my brain. It is like it was designed specifically with me in mind. I've never had a course like that before. It's great. We've got, like, I don't remember how many assignments we actually have in the course, but it's great. We have one test a day, and that test is on the previous day's content, so I don't have to hold stuff in my head for an extended amount of time. I just have to remember it overnight, which is so easy. It's great. And then the other thing we have is in the second half of the day, because the assessments are only in the first half. Once again, big win. In the second half of the day, we have, like, an assignment. And those are also really easy because we get to do them with other people, and those are and it's great because the assignments are worth, like, the same amount as the tests in terms of, like, weight. It's literally just what you do well on. And she specifically said, she was like, oh yeah, and if you do bad on all the tests, I'll only count the assignments, which is so great. Because, I don't know if you guys know this about me, I am not a professional test taker. In fact, I'm actually terrible at them. Just overall, basically all of the accommodations I get in school are pretty much all for testing, because I'm really bad at them, and school tries really hard to get me to be good at them, and they just can't. They've tried so hard, I've tried so hard, I'm just bad at them. But yeah, this time, the tests don't even matter as long as I do good on the assignments. And the best part is, everyone's gonna do good on the assignments, because the assignments are done as a class. Like, it doesn't even matter, there's no way to do bad on them, because we're doing them as a group. Now that we have all that background info out of the way, we can get into the actual content that happened today. It was terrible. Worst day of my life. But also pretty cool because the rest of the course was fine. But worst day of my life for content's sake. It was awful. My teacher set up this quiz that was through Desmos. It wasn't even a quiz really, it was more just an assignment that So, basically, yeah, it's a secant line exists on a function, goes between two lines, you get the, goes between 2 points on a line, you get the idea, right? Yeah. And so, the task was to, on Desmos, create a line that, create a secant line that went through 2 points, except you could move one of the points. And the equation you came up with had to be able to move with the second point that moved. Now you might be if you're a huge math nerd like me, you might be thinking, but bees, isn't that impossible? To which I would say, now that I know that, I would say, Yes, yes it is, and I am upset that that was one of the questions, because it took me a long, long time, because you know what? I didn't know that was impossible at first. It was a question, it was listed as a challenge, and I said, oh, I love challenges. I love challenges. I can do this. I can do this question. Turns out, no, I cannot do this question because this question was not possible. But like I said, as a silly, naive little child, I had no idea. So I sat there for 30 minutes trying to come up with an equation. The slope was pretty easy. I could handle that. I got the slope of the line, but then you had to create the rest of the equation. And the rest of the equation, there was no possible point you could put this line on where it would move like with the point and it would work. And I sat there for 30 minutes trying to figure out this one equation. And I sat there and I said, there must be a formula. So eventually I Googled it. And I looked up formula for a secant line that goes through 2 points and moves with the other point. And I got nothing. There was no results. And I thought, that's weird. So I went to my teacher and I said, hey miss, thanks, you're doing so great teaching the class. Would you mind enlightening me on this formula? And my teacher looked at this question that she assigned us, keep in mind, and she went, oh, that's weird. And then she started going through the exact same thought process that I did, and she tried all the same equations that I tried. And then eventually she went, huh, well, that's a silly question. You can just skip that one. You can just skip that question that I just spent 30 minutes trying to solve. So obviously, I was slightly upset, and because I simply just, but I didn't want to say that I was upset. I didn't want, because this teacher is doing such a nice job. But you know what? I didn't believe her. She was like, that's a silly question. I'm not actually sure if you can solve that. I wouldn't do that. But I didn't believe her because I was committed. So instead of giving up like my teacher originally suggested, I was committed. I had to find the answer because I had spent far too long trying to figure it out already. It'd taken too long. I was frustrated. I needed to find the answer. So I did what any reasonable person would do and went absolutely insane. I googled the exact question, knowing that I would find the Desmos assignment, which I did, and I found the original teacher who posted the Desmos assignment. And overall, I found all the stuff. Unfortunately, you need to be a teacher to see the answers to Desmos assignments. Oh, I think I'm gonna die here, yeah. I'm dead, yep. Unfortunately, you need to be a teacher to see, Desmos assignments and the answers to them. So, once again, I did the only reasonable thing, and I faked my identity. And I said that I was a teacher. And so I made a Desmos account claiming to be a teacher, probably committing identity fraud. It probably broke the law. It's fine. We're gonna hide here. Wait, if I crouch down here, then the guy will eventually pop down. Yeah. Probably committed identity fraud, but it's fine. I don't mind. So, once I finally have access to this Desmos account, once I finally have access to this Desmos quiz, I start looking at the data of the page. Obviously, the only reasonable thing, once again, because I'm not going absolutely insane, only a little bit. So I find the data on the page, and then I look through it. And I'm specifically looking. So yeah, obviously, after faking my identity and claiming to be a teacher, which I was not, I found the original Desmos assignment, and I look through it, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm totally gonna find the answer here. I look at the Desmos assignment. You weren't supposed to find the answer. Cat, get out of my room. You ruined the take. Chat. You weren't supposed to find the answer. You weren't supposed to find it. There was no answer. It's just like my teacher said, who I honestly probably should have just believed, but I didn't because I am stubborn. And I said, no. I know what I'm doing. Math. I have to solve the problem. There was no answer. The point of the Desmos was you were supposed to keep trying until you eventually gave up, which I did not do. But yeah, that is the story of how I persevered so hard that I wasted an hour and a half of my life on a singular math question that I had already been told was not solvable. Because I guess I'm just that stubborn. The worst part is, even just like 10 minutes into the math question, I overheard people saying that it couldn't be solved. Like, I overheard people being like, oh, hey, did you try that question? And they both went, yeah, I looked it up. I don't think it exists. And I just didn't believe them. I was like, no, I'm better than these other people in summer school. I need to prove myself. I took this course willingly because I'm a nerd? I don't know. I took this course willingly and I need to prove myself to these people. And it didn't go well. Apparently I should not have done that. That was the wrong thing to do. Somehow. I can't believe it. I can't believe it either, I know. Oh, I'm dead here. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm gonna ace this summer school course. Other than that pretty bad start, to be honest. This summer school course is gonna go great. I'm super happy about it. I'm super happy with it. The teacher seems great, other than they gave us an impossible question that I wasn't intended to solve. But that was probably just my own doing, honestly. I think she expected us to give up on the question pretty quickly, and I just didn't. For some reason. I just refused to give up. I was like, no, I can figure this out. This is possible, I'm sure of it. I'll get it eventually if I just keep trying and keep looking and fake my identity. I'm sure it'll eventually work out. And it just didn't, to be completely honest. It just didn't. But that just goes to show the moral of the story is things don't always go in your favor. Is that the moral of the story? I don't know. Maybe the moral of the story is that sometimes it's okay to give up. I think that's a better moral. Sometimes— ah! No, I missed! Spooky! Spooky! That would have been such a good ending to the video. It's okay, Spooky, I forgive you. But yeah, the moral of the story, let's listen to the moral as Spooky wins this game. The moral of the story is sometimes it's okay to give up. I didn't give up on that question. And I should have. Just like how I gave up on this Skywars game and let Spooky win. Because Spooky deserves a Skywars win. And that is what happened. That's what happened, guys. Just like I've given up on all the— just like I've given up on all these Skywars games so far, and that's definitely the reason I've lost them. Because it's been contributing to the moral of the story. I've been teaching you guys morals. That's what's been happening. That's why I've lost all these games. It's because it related to the story, and now you guys can't be like, because you're so bad at Skywars, why would you make a video if you didn't win any games? Well, sometimes failure is the best kind of success.